Quindi possiamo procedere con l'estrazione della squadra poi della squadra contro. Quindi qui ho due bigliettini su cui uno c'è scritto pro e sull'altro contro, quindi ora li chiuderò. E il primo bigliettino estratto decreterà la posizione della squadra del liceo CANUDO, giusto? Ok. Quindi il bigliettino estratto è pro, quindi il liceo CANUDO si occuperà di rappresentare la posizione pro.
Sì.
Okay, is the other team all here? Both
Yes.
of you here?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, all right. Sure. So now we can start with the introduction of the teams. So today, in the second speech of this friendly tournament, we're going to see a pro versus opposition team, and I will ask the proposition team to introduce themselves, the topic that they are going to discuss today, and just say the name of the various speaker, please. Who's going to be the pro speaker, the first pro speaker?
Good morning, I'm Mancino Sara, speaker one of the pro team.
The second one, please.
Volevo avvisare che per problemi audio ci sposteremo e parleremo una per volta da questo computer, quindi per questo mi vedete spostarmi.
Sure, no problem about that.
Good morning, I'm Ilenia Don Giovanni, the second speaker of the pro team.
Sorry, can you repeat, please? Your name.
Ilenia Don Giovanni.
Ilena. And the third one?
Good morning, I'm Simona Brizio, the third speaker of the pro team.
And the reply will be made by?
Mancino Sara.
Mancino Sara.
The first one.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And about the opposition team, could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Clarissa Unger, I'm the first speaker. I'm...
Alessandra, am I right?
No,
Clarissa Unger.
Clarissa?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm Carlotta Salvati, and I'm the second speaker.
I'm Vito Calabrese, I'm the third speaker.
And the reply speech will be made by?
Clarissa Unger.
Clarissa, perfect. Okay. If you can just wait a moment that we start to populate a bit of the cells of the model that we have to send back to the organizer of this tournament, and then we can start with this match.
Excuse me, Clarissa, I did not catch your surname.
Ungaro.
And so the pro team, which school does it represent?
CANUDO.
Pro team is the CANUDO one, okay. While Galilei Canuto Marone, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. While the opposition team is part of the represent which.
Adesso loro sono pro o contro?
Oh.
Sì, sì.
I please ask
Contro.
the observer to close the mic, please. Thank you. What about the opposition team? Which school do they represent?
Marcopolo.
Marcopolo, perfect. Okay. Okay. If all the judges are ready, they can give me a positive sign, a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. So just a bit reminder of the rules. The speech will be 8 minutes long, and first and last minute will be all protected, so you won't be able to make any POI during that. And it's just that. Please follow those rules. There will be, if I'm not wrong, the room master, Sandra Crisallo, will be keeping up the time. Am I right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. And but I ask you to keep your time yourself, just to better organize your time. So with the end of this introduction, we can start this debate by giving the word to the first speaker of the pro team. May you start whenever you wish.
Good morning. Today, my team and I are going to present our point of view about the motion. This house would not allow children to take part in talent show. First of all, I'd like to present my team line, in which, as a speaker one, I'm going to talk about how the talent shows develop unhealthy competitiveness, also associated with the parents' problems. My friend Elena, as a speaker two, will guide you in the impact of the society through children, and then my friend Simona will talk about how the child is protected by law. To begin, I'd like to evidence the keywords of this motion, and we considered the children as people who are aged from 0 to 11 years old. Then the two words talent show as a show based on the exhibition of not professional artists who desire to do public demonstration of their talent, and then to take part, the verb to take part, as to get involved in a talent. So now I want to tell you about children that are involved in activities like basketball, theater, English lessons, not to mention birthday parties, workshops organized by the school. It isn't enough. Matches and competitions that take place on the weekends, in addition to studying and homework. The goal of most parents is to give their sons and daughters the greatest possible number of tools to face the world that when they are adults, so as to be successful in a competitive reality like the current one. The parental anxiety of not letting their children lack anything or giving them all the opportunities to learn, able to face any situation, pushes parents to fill their agendas with commitments, with the illusion that more things their children learn now, the less trouble they will have tomorrow. Are we sure this is the right way? We don't think so. Children who spend a lot of time on TV sets can't live their childhood in the right way. The spirit of competition that is really common in places like a TV set isn't seen in psychology as a negative thing. When the competition goes hand in hand with the ambition, it is instead a fine quality. The most important point is that, however, like everything, if competition is not channeled in a right way from an early age, the desire for competition can lead to aggressive, not very honest, and not very social behaviors. A too competitive child who always and in any case wants to win at all costs will not enjoy great popularity and will risk being locked at with dislike, convincing himself even more that only by winning over everyone will he able to assert himself in some way. We are showing you how children who are subject to this pressure are insecure and confused, have low self-esteem, and develop performance anxiety about parental expectation and pressures. They feel inadequate because they are unable to excel as their parents wish, and if they do, they feel the level of expectation and pressure grow more and more, increasing anxiety and tiredness in a vicious cycle. Becoming competitive for a being who still does not understand this malicious sense of revenge means looking for a way to satisfy the adult in order to have approval, recognition, affection, and attention. The child only needs affective care, not trophies. Social, sporting, and blatant recognition serves him only to gratify the adult he loves and for whom he would do anything. The little ones would like and should only play. In the next thesis, my friend Elena will talk also about Jean-Jacques Rousseau and the right of the children that every human being stands out to each other mainly for what they need and their passions. And then my friend Simona will tell you about a juridic ambit, so the Declaration of the Rights of the Children, examples that give us really the base of our team line, which is a power of children. So what have I told you so far? I've shown that my team retains that talent shows aren't the right way to improve the sense of responsibility in children, and that, instead, this can damage them as not fully developed human beings. Saying this, I thank you all for listening and pass the word to the next speaker.
Okay, so thank you for your intervention. How long was it?
6 minutes and 40 seconds.
6:40, okay. Okay, if all the judges are ready, they can give me a thumbs up. Okay, it seems so. So we can give the word to the second speaker of this debate, first speaker of the opposition team. May you start whenever you want.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I am Clarissa, and in this house, we think that children should take part in talent shows. We believe that children deserve to show what amazing things they can do. The support from an audience, for example, in TV shows or in reality show, in talent show, can give them a huge confidence and boost, and making them want to continue. So instead of performing to family members who already know what they can do, having an entire group of complete strangers and few friends can make them more proud. We are going to show you why we believe that this is there is a right choice to let children participate in these. And my friends Vito and Carlotta will explain why children have the right also to follow their dreams, because teachers, for example, at school, teachers can get to know what their talents are, and that they would ever probably even talents that they didn't know to have in the beginning. So if it weren't for the opportunity of being able to share it with plays specifically for doing so, we would have never found this particular talent in a child. And so I think that it can really give them an important opportunity if they like what they're doing, because many children or young people have a dream, and this may be the only way of for them to follow their dream. And even if the stage fright can be a problem, it's a big step for them to take, to even walk into a stage, and getting through it will make it them more will give them the confidence and make them braver. And overall, performing in a talent show, whether it's telling a joke or dancing or singing, it's a healthy situation to be in, because we many interviews have shown that the backstage team of reality show showed how they have amazing people backstage that are responsible to take care of the children, because they don't want to pressure them into having any age range, for example, because the welfare of all contestants is their number one priority in many cases. And so they have the strangest procedures in a place relating to children who appear in their programs. So children sometimes can also be accompanied by a member of their family or a guardian at all times. So they will need support, and they will have it thanks to the psychologists that were being hand also, and all the auditions for this talent show. And because I don't think that children should be banned from talent show, because it can help them be more confident, as I said before. And it also proves that no matter how young somebody is, so they can still have a talent. And I believe that some people, some children, might have wanted to dance, for example, all their life, and it's not fair to don't not give them this opportunity, because if their parents agree and want them to follow this path at such a young age, I think it's something that we should let them do. I think that children should be allowed to compete in talent show, because it can also change their lives dramatically. If they, let's say, they win the talent show, it can also financially, it could help them even in the future, if they want to pay for their studies, colleges, and stuff like that. So many I believe that participating is more fun than watching, so people, even adults, enjoy this kind of experience. So I think that it could be very fun for children as well, and it can is an opportunity for kids to showcase their creativity and style. So every child is born with talent, but the biggest problem is to show the world what they're really capable of doing. So if they have the opportunity, I don't think that it's fair to not let them do what they really want to do. And my friends, Vito and Carlotta, also have many theories that prove why we believe that it is right to let children take part in talent shows. Thank you.
Thank you to you for your intervention. Now, are all the judges ready to continue the speech? I think so. So we can now give the word to the third speaker of this debate.
Excuse me, what was the timing for her intervention?
Yeah.
How long did she speak for?
5:30.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Are there any other questions that are needed to be asked before we can continue with this speech, or are we all ready to continue? Are we all ready? Perfect. So now let's give the word to the third speaker of this debate, the second speaker of the proposition team. May you start whenever you are confident.
Yes. So good morning to all. I'm Elena Dongiovanni, the second speaker of the pro team. First of all, I'd like just to iterate our team line. We strongly believe that children mustn't take part in talent shows because of lots of reasons that I will make explicit shortly. But first of all, it's necessary to confute what the opposing team said a few minutes ago. By Clarissa, it was put the accent on the dreams of children, because she said that we have to let children follow their dreams, also performing in talent show. But we know that children can follow they can follow their dreams in lots of ways. They can run across lots of streets to reach their goals, to make real their dreams. So why should we take children risks? Because we know that show our figures in TV, but also on social media, involve risks. Through these words, I can introduce my thesis. And first of all, before introducing my thesis, I'd like to reply to the one of which my friend Sarah has spoken about. The pro-psychological problems of the children affected by participation in talent show. It is important to underline that spending a lot of time on the sets, children lose precious moments of their childhood for no real reasons. Moments that which one will be able to get them back? Is it really necessary? Do children need to grow in a world that is not the real one? I give you the answer just right now. No, they don't need it. Through this question, I introduced the second thesis, mine. Children, as themselves, have the right to live their childhood in the most natural way they are able to. A lot of times, this situation doesn't happen because of the influence of parents on their sons and daughters. In this case, parents, as adults, have lived their lives maybe not realizing their own dreams, or maybe wanting to have to pass on a traditional family activity. So they try to bring their children on the way that they desire without considering the consequences and the dreams of the child. In support of this, I add that one of the greatest exponents of the Enlightenment, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, says that every human being sends out to each other mainly for what they need and their passions. The same philosopher also connoted how the society corrupts the same passions, making multiple needs. This kind of thought is extremely visible also nowadays, every day. With the mediatic society, everything becomes induced. Children give people what they want. Seeing something really cute like a child in a setting which is usually attended by adults, like a talent show, is a move that people behind the organization do, only and in order to obtain more and more shares. It is a fact that currently the entire world population spends most of its time in contact with mass media and that it could hardly do without it. So this means end up influencing the culture and perception of reality, proposing models and lifestyles that have repercussions on individual social life. Reading something else about the philosopher Rousseau, we found a pedagogic method that our teams agrees with. To not design training interventions and to respect the natural way of growth of the children. This doesn't mean that the tutor of the child, so the parent and general the parents, has the prohibition to let his child participate in every initiative, but that Rousseau, the philosopher, insists about the places in which the children are going to grow, and these places must not be fictitious or manipulative realities such as a talent show. Even Rousseau, one of the most well-known philosophers who ever existed, agrees with us. Children need to live in a pure world where they are not exploited. The other point of my thesis is the one of the negative influence of parents on children because of their desire to put them on display. Children assimilated the attitudes of adults and perform them to please the parent or adult who is next to them, and never because in this way they would satisfy the desire. Competition is a feeling that not only has negative aspects. On the contrary, perceived in the appropriate way, it can be stimulating and constructive because it stimulates the person to do more and better by broadening horizons. But children have no plans or expression aims. They have no ambitions. They may want other children's toys simply because they notice something different that they do not available. But if they learn from an early age to respect other people's things, they do not even suffer from this way. So children are really mere, are really simply. Why should we undermine this simplicity? Therefore, the sense of competition does not belong to the little ones, but only to the adults, and it is to them that the competitiveness that a child or a young boy demonstrates must be attributed. Becoming competitive for a being who still does not understand this emotion means looking for a way to satisfy the adult in order to have approval, recognition, affection, and attention. The little ones, the children, would like and should only play. And I think that we all agree with this, or not? It's clear that children have to grow up in a not fictitious society and that they have the right to live without any type of pressure. We notice more and more children who are stimulated to be champion sportsmen and artists at an increasingly reduced age, or to be advertised on the media and on the social networks. This satisfies the adult, not the child. Sports and art are extremely educational, but must be approached with an educated spirit that finds satisfaction in the needs of minors, not in the interests of adults. Children might do they want, not what their parents want. Children must be able to be children, play carefree as much as the age of commitments and responsibilities. At the end of my intervention, I have to sum up all the points that I have touched. Children, as Rousseau thought, have the right to live in a pure world, and also might do only things on which they have interest. Parents have to lead their daughters and sons, obviously, but they have also to give them the liberty to live without anxiety or pressure. So it's easy to understand that the talent shows aren't the right place for children through all my demonstration. Saying this, my intervention ended, and thanks a lot at all for the attention.
Okay,
It's
thank you.
7:70.
Sounds something perfect. Okay, so thank you for your speech. We can now give the word to the fourth speaker of this debate, the second speaker of the opposition team. May you start whenever you're ready.
Yes, I'm Carlotta Salvati from the school Marcopolo, and I'm the second speaker of the opposite team that thinks that talent shows are also right for children and not just for adults. I'm in favor of children's participation in talent shows, and many people say that they are used. And I think that today's kids are not used by talent. Talent shows are a school that teaches to face the public, and that is not true that it abandons and that gives easy success, as many people say, who can sometimes be envious because it can make kids understand what to do in the future, and it can also help in choosing their next job. And they should participate because some children are more talented than adults, and a lot of adults can do a lot of the things children can, and sometimes they are much more exciting than adults, and they are loved more from the people and from people. And I don't think that children should be banned from talent shows because it can help them be more confident. Also, I think that children should participate to compete in talent shows because it could change their lives. And so in the end, I think that the kids should be on talent shows because when they get older, they may lose their talent, and sometimes this is a shame for them. They also should go on talent shows because if they had to wait until they are grown up, the shows might not be available, for example. And also I think that I believe that they should participate in talent show so long as they want to get involved, and they also know how harsh the judges will be and how hard it will be to win. So in this way they can grow better. And nowadays there are a lot of children talent shows, such as Zecchino d'Oro, in where children have fun and are absolutely not exploited. And I think there should be more children talent, so there is less pressure on children, and they don't have to compete against adults. And also I believe that kids under 16 should participate in talent show, as some children have great talent, and it's not fair not to show it. And they also should be allowed to audition for talent shows because there are some very talented children, and they have to learn that rejection is a part of life if they don't get through. And the parents, yes, have a responsibility over their children, and if they think it is too much pressure, they shouldn't enter them. and kids choose to do it, and they aren't forced by their parents, and for some of them it's their dream, so we shouldn't stand in the way of that. In the end, I like to I want to add that I think it's good for kids to learn that they can't always win, but it's not a fair competition if they are up against grown-ups on national TV. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Thank you for your
It's
speech.
4:20.
Perfect. All right.
Excuse me, can you repeat the timing, please?
Yes, it is 4:20.
4 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. Are the other judges all set and ready to continue? Can we?
Yeah, I am ready.
Perfect. Okay, so we can give the word to the next speaker of this debate, which is going to be the third speaker of the proposition team. May you start whenever you want.
Can I speak? Good afternoon. I'm Simona Brizio, the third speaker of Pro Team. In this speech, we have talked a lot about the motion. So what we think about the taking part of children in talent show. Now, I want to sum up some points that aren't so clear for me, and I want to underline our point of view. So the opposite team has said that the talent show gives confidence to the children. This is absolutely false. In fact, in according to what my mate Ilenia said before, talent shows submit to pressure and insecurity children. This causes aggressivity in the baby, dishonest quality, and no social behavior. This is absolutely a disease for children, and other things that the talent show can submit to the guide to the children is an excessive of pressure. This is absolutely this is a problem, a huge problem. And another thing that I want to say is the order confrontation. In fact, the opposite team has said that children are used by talent, are not used by talent. This is also false because I and my team find an example. One example, but in the web there are a lot of examples that one program, one Italy program, used the children for things that aren't so good. I quote, we can refer to a preceding TV program and a preceding article. Now I'm going to talk about Alla Lavagna, that is the title of a Rai 3 program. The hosted the former Vice President, Premier Matteo Salvini. The format required well-known personality to take the care to explain the work. The Minister of the Interior was struggling with 18 children between 9 and 12 years old, who asked him questions related to him and not spontaneous according to comments on the net. Are you a racist? What is sovereignty? Among the photos released by the RAI, there is one with a child in a red shirt who moves away from the group around the mister. From him, the left has mastered again. Right, someone interpreting a position that the child has not expressed. It was rather translated into adult uttered voice and not by those who are in the political battle. Antonio Polito, a well-known journalist, wrote in Corriere della Sera that the political views of children is far from being a novelty, just as the television present in context not only for minors is not new. So I firmly believe that children are used in talent show, and this is absolutely wrong because children have some rights, and sometimes people, TV programs, talent show don't respect the right of children. Secondly, I want to talk about that talent show change the life of our children forever. In fact, the taking part in a talent show of a children cases in the little brain of a baby a lot of damage, physical, psychological, and moral problems that causes trauma in the brain of a children, and it is a disease for the entire life of the human. Now, these are just so many points that I want to underline, and with this point, I can confirm that our point of view is the only one right. And to underline better this, I want to introduce, in according to what the pro speaker Sarah has said, a new thesis. In fact, I want to talk about law and the children. In fact, children have some rights that are so important for their tutor. The first one is the Declaration of Rights of the Child. It requires everyone to collaborate to prepare the condition so that minors can live an independent life in society, in the spirit of peace, dignity, tolerance, freedom, equality, solidarity, and which prohibits submitting him to arbitrary or illegal interference in his privacy, and in any case of to form of violence, harm, mental abuse, exploitation. In consequence, children might be protected by adults, and they shouldn't be shown without reason. The second thing that I want to quote is the Treviso Charter, which obliges journalists to guarantee the anonymity and non-recognition of the minor involved. In the case of interview, the child must not participate in television or radio broadcast that may harm his dignity or disturb his psychological balance, and this regardless of any parent consent. For its part, the state must encourage the development of appropriate codes of conduct so that children are protected from information and multimedia messages that are harmful for their physical and psychological well-being. So we have these two laws that protect children. So these two laws say clear that children have not can't participate to talent show because these can lead their moral and psychological being. So I want now to say that I and my team firmly believe that our point of view is the only one right, because children have to live their children in the right way. And how we can explain they only live the right way of their children, only follow the rules that are essential for their life. Do you agree with me? I think that our point of view is so clear, and we have to respect this tool, and we have to protect the children for their future. Thank you. Thank you all for listening, and good morning.
Okay, so how much time was it?
7:18.
Perfect, thank you. Now, are all the judges ready to continue? Perfect. Okay, so we can now give the word to the last speaker of the first part of this debate, which is going to be the third speaker of the opposition team. May you start whenever you feel ready.
Okay, I'm ready. So, good morning. I'm Vito Calabrese. I am the team that is in favor of the participation of the children in the talent show. Most importantly, I want to mention that in favor of the participation of children in talent show, there are both who thinks. First, that parents should decide if their children could handle the pressure of talent show. Second, that there are strict procedures that protect children participating in talent show. And third, that children are ever accompanied by a member of their family or equivalent and a psychologist, so they are not left alone. Perhaps I should also mention that according to some entertainment experts, children in talent show can boost their confidence. So, in other words, I want to say that talent show can boost the self-esteem of the contestants that are the children. In addition, some community see talent show as a way to help to prevent juvenile delinquency among children, teens, and also young adults. So, moreover, I would like to state that in addition, entertainment experts believe that when children and adults competing together, this is helpful for both, so for the children and for the adults. An example of this situation of this kind of talent show is, for example, Tu sì che vales, that is a famous talent show in Italy. Okay. In a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that talent show and the participating of children in this talent show is helpful for children, is good for children because, how I say before, this talent show can boost the self-esteem and confidence in their self. And another important thing, and that is that talent show can contrast the delinquency in the children or in the young adults. Another point in favor of the participating of children in talent show is that this talent show, an important aim of this talent show is to find talent children or people in general, but in this case, talent children. So this is a way to find children that have specific skills or characteristics. So in this way, the talent show help to find talent in the children. So, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that talent show is good for children, and so the participating of children in talent show is good. So thanks for the listening. That is.
Okay, thank you for your speech. How long was it?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Perfect. Okay. So, are all the judges ready? Okay, so since we've finished the first part of this debate, let's start with the second part, the closing part. Let's start by calling to speak the reply speaker of the opposition team. May you start whenever you're ready.
So I think that we have proved that children have the right to show their skills and their talents, and we don't think that it can be a problem to their health, especially because before we proved that many talent show have done interviews where they have demonstrated how they have psychologists and people who take care of the children backstage and so behind the scenes. So if a talent show really cares about their contestants, he protects them and he provides them the support they need. And also, we do believe that it can help gaining confidence, because I think that especially for young children, it's a very important step for them and a very important thing to do, and a brave thing to do, to just step on a stage. So that in the first place is something that help them gaining confidence and boosting themselves. So this is why we don't believe that there's any problem with children taking parts of talent show, especially if they really want to do it, because they really will remember it as a good experience, if especially if they do it with the support of their parents, which is a very important thing, because if your parents support you, you will not have any problem in anything in life, especially if you're young. So if parents take their children to an experience like this, it means that they have a good relationships and they trust each other. So they believe this would be a good opportunity for their talents to be shown, and also a good opportunity to show the world what they really are capable of do. And as I said before, it can provide them with many good things in life, if they win, but also if they don't, because it will still give them opportunity to be seen, especially if it's in TV. So it will help them being known around the world, especially if they have a special talent. So we support children in talent show, because we don't think I think we really believe that the good things really are worth it. And with the good support and good people around you, it will not be it can be a bad experience. Thank you for listening us.
Thank you to you. How long was the speech?
3:15.
3:15?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna ask for the last time. This time, all the judges ready to continue this debate? Okay, perfect. Okay, so we can now start the last speech this debate by giving the word to the reply speaker of the proposition team. May you start whenever you are ready.
Okay. Good afternoon. Again, I'm Ancila Sara, speaker one of the pro team, and now I'm going to do the role-playing speech. Now I'm going to analyze the different points of clash that I've seen in this debate. So first of all, me and our team have faced with the theme of the dreams of the children. So I firmly believe that we have shown you how a lot of times children do something only to make content their parents as not developed human being. So why let children participate in a talent in a talent show that can change their pure nature and and that lead them into a fictitious reality as the one of the talent show, where they are circumvented by the fiction of a talent. Another reason why me and our team retain to have won this debate is that in this particular period of time, the mediatic society make everything induced. So everything is not really is not touchable. Everything is manipulated, and the children are not able to metabolize what they are doing because they are not human, at all developed human being. So the next point of clash are the problems that children can develop in consequence of participating in talent shows. So we have also seen that there are problems such as the too elevated sense of competitiveness. So we have also stress, anxiety, and all the situation in which the children is not fully at confidence, is not fully self-confident. Another point that I want to evidence is the use of the children by talent shows. So they are used only for shares, as it was said also by my friend Ilenia in the second thesis. And where instead children are have to be tutored by the TV, and so we have the theme of the law and the declaration of the rights of the child, which is essential to prevent their manipulation. Seeing this, I thank you all for listening, and good afternoon.
Okay, thank you for the speech. How long was it?
It was really funny.
Well, if you can just wait a moment, Sarah, please. If you can repeat time, please.
It was 3 minutes and a half.
Okay, perfect. Do you have anything to say?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
No, it was not for you, don't worry. I was just asking for the time. Okay, now that this interesting Shirley debate has ended, now it's time for us, the judges, to go to the judge room and deliberate which team we think has won this debate. Now, if the room master can send us the link to the judge room, it will be quite helpful, actually. If Sandra Cristallo can send, okay, perfect, thank you. We're going to be back in around 15 to 20 minutes, so don't worry, we're going to be back soon.